Morning. Welcome to Health, Wealth, and Happiness. I'm Sharika, and I want to tell you about how I was a stumbling block in my own way for so very long. So, this started when I left high school and started to went out to try finding a job. So I would apply to many places, and I would get some interviews. I would leave, I would go for the interviews and not get the job. And then I had this neighbor who each time I would come back and she would ask, how did it go? I say, it didn't work out. And she would say, I saw it go. It's hard. You have to have links, especially for people from communities like these, right? And she would say that every time. And it was only until I was thinking about it I realized how many job interviews I had gone on and how many times she had made that statement. On top of that, it was the general belief of the community, so it was something that was already there in my mind as a thing, right? And this is how powerful your thoughts are. I went on so many interviews and came back, and she would say that every single time. And as I said, it was already the general belief. So the more I went the more I would go out and not get the job, the more it would be said and the more believable it became, well, for me. And I think it continued. And the first job I got was through a link. Look how amazing that is. That's how powerful your beliefs are. The first job I got was through a link. And the funny thing is, it was through youth service. And I had applied on my own to youth service and I never got through. I didn't get through. And I applied on my own, I think more than once, to youth service. But I never got through. But then somebody knew somebody who knew me, and that's how I got through. And now that I'm at this point and I've examined things, I realized that that was what I believed. So that's what I manifested. I would go to the job interviews and consciously I'm thinking I can do this. I know that I'm capable and I can take on stuff and I'm flexible and all that stuff. But deep down on the inside, my belief was that I can't get a job unless it's a link, because that's how powerful your environment is. Because I would have picked up on those cues for so many years, right? And then it was reinforced each time I went on a job interview and it didn't work out. So it became a part of who I am, and that's what I put out in the universe. So even though I want to get the job, I really want to get the job, I want something to do, but subconsciously, my belief was that I couldn't get a job without a link. Yep. And my first job that I got was through a link. It was through a link, and it was to somewhere that I had previously applied on my own and wasn't even given a call. And I would, because of the type of service that it was somewhere that I could call and check up on my application. And the documents that they require, like I think the passport size photographs and stuff like that, they would expire, and they would ask me to bring new ones each time. And those would expire too, and I would have to bring back a reference letter or something time and time again, all because of what I subconsciously believed. That is how powerful the conditioning of your mind is. Imagine what you believe. Any one thing, it could be anything that will be that is standing in your way, right? If there is anything that you want to accomplish, if there is anything that you ever wanted to do and you're struggling with getting that thing done, examine what your beliefs are. You really have to think about it long and hard. What do you believe deep down? Not what you want, not what you want consciously, but what do you really, really believe? Because it just might be that that thing that you believe deep down, that you don't even know that that's what your belief is, because consciously I wanted to get the job, right? But subconsciously I was my belief would not have allowed me to get that job on my own. And after, many years after I moved from my community and was living in Kingston, I sent out like a lot of application letters, and I somewhat still had that belief that a girl like me can't get the job that I want. And for the most part, I didn't. Yep, I didn't. I really didn't get the job that I wanted, because that is what I believe. I don't know where I picked this up from, where I got the idea from, how it got cemented in there, but it did. It really, really did. And when I think about it, sometimes I remember sometimes when I was growing up and we would watch TV and we'd see these people on television, and I know it was said once or twice that those kinds of things are not for us. Those kinds of things are not for us. So you see, the person reading the news, or the person, the weather person, or somebody in an interview or something, and it was, the sentiment was expressed. Those kinds of things are not for us. We are poor. It's not for us. And I don't know if I was more spongy than other kids or what it was, but those things impacted me greatly and held me back for way too long. So I'm sharing this so you can analyze for yourself if there's any area of your life that you're having difficulty with, and that you've given your all to, you've really put it all in there. If there's any area of your life that is like that, examine what your beliefs are. Take a deep dive into that subconscious mind and find out what is keeping you from accomplishing that thing that you're working so hard at trying to get. Take a deep dive. It's absolutely worth it, because if you don't know what is stopping you, then you can't eradicate the problem. You have to first identify the problem before you can find a solution. So if there's any aspect of your life that you can't seem to get over, can't seem to get past, can't seem to be victorious in that aspect, examine your beliefs and see if you can find out what's holding you back. Because most times it's the things that are inside. We are very own enemies. Our own enemies. So as you go along your day today, or before you start your day today, well, it's late, so you probably started your day already, but just remember to say I love you to you, right? And someone else too if you can. And share this video with someone, like, so that other people can see it, and subscribe so that you can hear what I have to say next if you're interested. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.